Hello folks and welcome to another episode of Shogun Total War, where I'm playing as Clan Shimazu, and in the last episode I finally defeated Clan Mori. They are gone, they are done with, and now I'm moving on to central Japan, where it's looking like I'm mostly going to be facing off against a lot of rebels in this territory. I will bump heads with Clan Oda eventually. I don't expect to face a whole lot of resistance from Clan Oda, to be honest. If we take a look here at our little handy map, they're in a tight position. They've lost a lot of territory and they just kind of have, it looks like, 5 total territories. And they are right up against a bunch of other really powerful clans, so I don't think they're going to be able to divert a lot of attention to their southern regions to really stop us. With that said, we are just bordering Wakasa here, which is Oda territory, as you can see. And there's not a whole lot defending that. It looks like I can probably take that right now. I have a castle being built here in Tamba, so I will wait one turn for that to complete. And I will also finish off this siege. As you can see, there's literally 2 soldiers. That's it. Just 2 soldiers holding off in this castle here, Toyoka Castle. And I will take that. Yeah, you know, I'll send my heir in, because if I can get more wins with my heir, maybe I can help kind of advance his rank even more. So yeah, even though he only has an archer and a banged up unit of Nodachi swordsmen, they can beat these 2 soldiers, no problem. And then down here, it's going to be a little bit of a harder fight. They have 96 men here in this castle, but I do want to fight this. Oh, and they have some soldiers too. Or no. Actually, no, never mind. I can't see what's in there. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to send my... I just want to take this castle right away. I don't want to siege it out until the siege is over, because then this castle will be gone, and then I'll have to pay that extra 250 koku just to build this castle back up again. So I'm just being a little bit more financially observant and and not so observant with my men's lives, to be honest. So moving on, I will be advancing really quickly, I think, through these territories. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of soldiers in these areas, but with that said, there's known to be a lot of warrior monks in this area in central Japan, and those are tough soldiers, even if there's a couple units. And what I can't ignore is the fact that these are 2 4-star generals. So that's kind of scary. And what scares me even more, really, is that if I just keep on advancing through these territories, the rebels might just keep on falling back until I just have one really large stack, maybe here in Omi or here in Isa. So it's tempting to kind of want to take them apart piece by piece by giving them smaller engagements that they are willing to accept. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but we'll see. To help me make these decisions, I want to keep bringing my emissary up. As long as I'm going to be advancing quickly, it's nice to have that frontline scout who I can just simply put into another territory and see what's going on. I can, of course, build border forts. They're relatively cheap, so I can build those, but that takes 2 turns, and it's just quicker to have an emissary on the front lines telling me, you know, what's going on in these territories. So I'm going to bring him up as fast as I can. And let's see. Public order is looking okay. Naba is at 112%, and since that's my lowest territory for public order, that's just fine. I'm okay with that. And let's see. I was keeping this army back. It's just a collection of banged up units. I was mostly keeping them in my back territories just so that I could have something back here to kind of help out with the public order. And to be honest, I am kind of tempted to keep doing that, but I want to trade generals, because this 2-star general actually is one of my best generals. If I look at my front lines, I have my 4-star daimyo, my 4-star heir. That's good. But then after that, I don't have much. I have a 2-star archer unit here, 1-star Nodachi unit, which only has 16 men left in it. I have a 2-star Yari cavalry unit. So I would like to bring up my... Actually, you know what? I can just do this. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this guy over, and I'll have him be the general of this army, and then I'll bring this 2-star archer to their front lines. And that'll do. It's not that important of a job. I'm not gonna keep these guys back here forever. It's just that for the meantime, I would like to keep a presence in the back territories. Let's see, I can move this shinobi to the front lines, get them going, and I can start moving these guys up. Actually, with that in mind, something that I kind of lost track of was keeping my air protected. So I do have 2 shinobi here, and I want more. Yeah, I definitely want 4 shinobi protecting my air at all times. Daimyos are a little bit more resilient to assassination attempts. 2 is usually fine. But with that said, I should definitely keep building shinobi. I'm just gonna have a lot of these guys, you'll see. And let's see, it's spring, so I still have a few seasons here that I have to spend the money that I have, which is always nice. So let's see, I can build some Nodachi swordsmen there, and I'm going to keep building peasant spearmen here in Tosa. Just as a reminder, peasant spearmen that are built in Tosa have a higher than normal honor level, so it's fine just to build those there, and then I'll have some professional spearmen built here in Heizen. I think I have enough cavalry for the moment, so I'm not going to produce any of those, and then I will produce some archers here in Nagato. And that should still leave some money left over for the next couple seasons, maybe. We'll see. And let's see, let me just make sure I have these attack orders put in. Yes, end the siege there, and end this siege there. And anything else I want to do for this turn? I can just take a quick look at diplomacy and see if there's anything. Yeah, so Oda is fighting against the Yusugi clan. So yeah, they have their backs up against the wall. They're in a really tough spot, and their spot's about to get really tougher because with this force, as soon as this siege is over in Tajima, they will be able to attack, yes, not this turn, but the next turn. And I want to immediately take Wakasa and just close off my western border so I can just sweep through all of this territory right here, and I don't have to worry about what's going on here in my my western front. As you can see, Wakasa borders these territories, Tajima, Tamba, and then Yamashiro as well, so I would have to defend 3 provinces to essentially avoid going to war with Oda, and I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just start the war now, take Wakasa, garrison Wakasa, as in just defending 1 province, and then spend the rest of my armies sweeping through this territory, and I'll meet back up with Oda again later on, probably in this area, if he's still alive, that is. And let's see, is there anything else I want to move up? So I'm moving them there. I can move... Yes, I can do that. Can find them. Alright, end the turn. So I have a famous spear dojo that's finished being built in Tosa. And a castle in Inaba, that's good, and a castle in Tamba, that's good. Alright, castle assault in Kawachi. I am going to command this one. 481 versus 96, so definitely in my favor, but 96 ain't nothing. So I definitely want to control this one myself. Be using, let's see, a lot of archers, of course. Now that I'm looking at my soldiers, I'm thinking maybe I should have brought more. I did have them in the territory available, I just wasn't really paying attention. So let's see, hopefully this goes well. I have plenty of Nodachi swordsmen. If worse comes to worse, I can send them in. And my daimyo, of course. Alright, let's take on this castle. And we can see what's going on up here. Let's see. Some Yari Samurai. See if they have any archers. Yeah, so they have some archers. Just want to make sure that my archers are in loose formation, so they take as little casualties from bow fire as possible. And I'll just bring my spears up like so, and my Nodachi, and my general. And I can speed it up. And let's see, it looks like this could be a good spot. I'd like to place my archer units on the sides of castles. That seems to be kind of the best way to get an angle into the castle and actually get some fire onto the units inside. So they do have a couple units of archers there, so I will take some knocks. Other than that, 26 Yari Samurai and 25 Yari Ashigaru, so this won't be too much of a problem. Just want to make sure that my Nodachi swordsmen aren't taking any fire, and everything else should go to code. Actually, are they taking fire? No, it's just my archers. And yeah, just my archers. Okay, I can just speed this up a little bit now. And let's see, this might be a little too far away, but let's see if I can get them on this hill, and that might be a good spot for them. Alright, and then I'll just get my archers in position and let them do their work. And I'll just speed that up until... Let's see. Are these guys able to fire? No, not quite. They have to get a little bit closer. Alright, so they're all firing now, and let's see. Alright, I was able to take out quite a few of them, but still have some left, so time to send in the infantry. And I'll have my daimyo have him come up here just to provide moral support. I'll have my Nodachi in wedge formation. Wedge formation gives units a higher charge bonus, but it also makes them, I think it's a lower defense values. So if they're getting hit, they will take more damage. I think they're also like, I think they take more damage from arrow fire as well, but I'm not positive on that one. But it's pretty effective for Nodachi. It gets them in there, gives them a higher attack value. It works better when you have them on the flanks of enemy units, that way they won't be getting hit as often. And they'll be able to survive longer, obviously. Once they're in combat, it's okay to switch them back into close formation. It's one of those highly situational unit formations. It's not something, you know, I use very often, but if I have a chance to form up my soldiers after they're on a flank, then wedge formation is a good way to do it. You know, I can just bring my archers back around. They're out of arrows, so just bring them in, and let's see. From here, just speed it up and get this one over with. Holy moly! Look at this guy go. That guy fought for a while. Alright, yep, lost 62, so that's definitely a decent chunk of men that they took out, and it hurts, but that's just the way castle assaults are. With this one, only 2 guys. I'm not going to fight this one on the battlefield. Don't want to waste your guys' time with this. So, yep, lost 0 men. That's good. And let's see. Yes, I caught a ninja. I thought there was a ninja snooping around in this area. And this might have been the one that already killed a few of my emissaries. So, good. I got him. If that's the one, then I got him. Sweet. He was bugging me. I don't want to lose this emissary. I already told you. I want this guy... I want this guy up here so that he can... I can't... That was weird. Okay, yeah, so now he's up here. Now we can start having him scout ahead of me. And let's see, bring this guy up. Can start bringing this 2-star general to the front lines. And I can also bring a few more shinobi over to help guard my air. And let's see, got another shinobi back here. Alright, so I have this castle built in Tamba now. And Oda did reinforce this province here. With their daimyo, no less. That should be no problem. I should still be able to take this quite easily. And I think I should just attack now. I do outnumber them quite a bit. They probably won't even fight me on this one. They might just retreat. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's... Just want to see what I have here. I do have, let's see, 3 Nodachi swordsmen. A handful of spears. Gosh, my spears are pretty banged up. Yeah, I only have 36 Yari Samurai, 2 units of full strength Yari Yashigaru. So that's pretty banged up for sure, but... Their army is just so small, and I have 3 units of decent health Nodachi swordsmen, 2 units of cavalry, and 5 units of decent strength archers. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to fight me. I think they're going to run away. And yes, I do want to declare war against Clan Oda. Absolutely. I will leave this unit of Yashigaru behind. As always, I like to do that just to make sure that if they attack through, it's just something, it's kind of tricky. It's just one of those mechanics in this game that you don't expect it, but sometimes the enemy can attack straight through you into a province. And instead of just letting them have that, you can just leave a little weakened unit of whatever you want, and that way you can garrison the castle that you hopefully built. Let's see, so this is mostly cavalry up here, and that's good. I'm glad that I have that, and I think what I will do, I want the horses, actually, I want 1 horse and 1 bow. These will go here to help out Tamba, and this horse will go here. And now I want to combine these 2 armies as well as I can. So I'm just going to spend some time consolidating these guys. Okay, now I'm going to bring these units out. So yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm just simply making sure that all of my units are topped off. If they're damaged, I like to combine them and make sure that they're as full strength as possible. It's kind of tedious. It just kind of involves a lot of like micromanagement in this regard. It's something that I do make sure I keep a pretty good track of as I go forward in my campaign. It's a good way to make sure I have proper army balance going forward, and also make sure that I have the right generals and the right armies. So in this case, as you can see, 4 Nodachi swordsmen is pretty good. I like to have around that amount in my armies. For archers is also pretty good. I like to have 5 in my full strength stacks, but 4 will do for now. And however, the thing that I don't really have a lot of, I just have this one spearman unit of Ashigaru, no less. So it's not quite enough, and I don't really have a whole lot else that I can give him. I have a horse that I can give him, and yeah, so that's something that I'd like to bring to this army. So moving forward into this one, I would like more Nodachi in Tamba. So if I take a look, I can see I have some Nodachi here that, you know what, I'm okay with these being in Tamba, actually. So I can combine armies here next turn. Now with my heirs army, what was I looking at? Spears too. So I want spears and probably some more Nodachi in this army. And then spears and archers in Tamba, and then spears in Kawachi as well. So looking at this, I have a Ashigaru unit in Tosa. I can bring him up, and let's see, where do I want to bring this guy? I can bring him up here and put him in my heirs army. And archer units. I think I wanted some more archers in Tamba, so I can... So I'm essentially going to have 3 forces here. One led by my daimyo, 4 stars right here. One led by my heir, who's going to be holding down this western flank. And then the center army led by either one of these 2-star generals here, either this samurai archer or this cavalry. So I just want to make sure that they're as balanced as possible going forward into this campaign, this central Japanese campaign. Here we go. Here's a professional Yari samurai I can bring to the front. And let's see, I want him with my daimyo. I'd like some more spears up there. And Nodachi as well. I can put him in my heirs army. And let's see. So I'd like to... I'll just build some more. Actually, you know what? So now, since I have this famous spear dojo that I built here in Tosa, what this is doing for me now is that any Yari Samurai or Yari Ashigaru that are produced here in Tosa, they now have +1 to their honor bonus. And as I've said many times before, the Ashigaru that are produced here already have +1 to their honor bonus. So Ashigaru have +2 to their honor that are produced here in Tosa, and the Yari Samurai have +1 to their honor bonus. Let's see, since I can afford Yari Samurai for now, I'll just produce that for this turn, and then another one for the next turn, and I'll bring those to the front lines. And let's see, I can afford it, so I will do another Yari Samurai here as well. Alright, everything's looking good. I wonder if I do want to make this attack. I probably really should. But I want to know what's here first, so I'm going to wait until I have my emissary come here and check that out. And it's looking like they are going to fight me. Yes, they are. They actually brought in some more troops. Looking like it's 681 versus 473. Their daimyo is 3 stars, it looks like. So yeah, not too shabby, but I have my 4-star heir. I have a somewhat balanced army, so let's go fight this and see how it goes. Now I know Wakasa province is, in my opinion, it's strangely one of the easiest provinces to attack and one of the hardest provinces to defend. I hate trying to garrison Wakasa, it's really tricky. And let's see, light rain. I don't know what units their army is composed of, so, and I know I have a few archers, so I'm gonna wait and see if I can get... Here we go, here's a fine day, this way I can use my archers. Just have archers in front, spears, let's see. Spears will be my second line. And then I'll have these guys be my left flank. And these guys would be my right flank. Oops. So 1, 2, 3. And 4. Looks good, and I want my heirs separate, just so I can make sure I keep them safe and keep them out of battle if I need to. And 6 for them. 4, 5, 6. Looks good. Group them all together, and so with Wakasa, usually they're just going to park up here in this forest. I'm just simply going to take the long way around and just go all the way around here and fight them on even ground up here. Usually what that means is that when they rout right in my direction, and I'm able to beat a lot of them. And let's see, I can't, yeah, so they're in that forest up there. And I'm just going to speed up for a little bit while they get in position here. Alright, do we have a view on them at all? Looks like they're still just hanging tight in this forest. If we look in the mini-map, that blinking dot indicates that at least the general is there. There might be other units hidden around in other forests, but I'd hazard a guess that they're just kind of hanging tight right there. Since I do have a position on the hill, I can take this, at least with my archers, and I can set up my infantry to move forward and possibly even bait them into my position on this hill. I like to keep my Nodachi on that flank a little behind my spears, and then on this flank as well I can have my Nodachi a little weaker on that side, but that's how it goes. And I want to keep my heir, this is my heir's unit, keep them back, keep them safe. And let's see, horses, just yeah, just do your thing, horses. As I've said before, I can usually be pretty reckless with my cavalry. Just don't want to get them killed, and I want to get them nowhere near that forest. Cavalry fight very poorly in the woods. They, you know, tend to have a hard time riding through the forest and not hit any branches. So I'm not going to send them in there, or else they're going to die in droves. And here we go. Here's some movement. Sending out some archers first. Got some more archers over there. And if they are shooting, yes, they're shooting at my Nodachi, so I want to bring those guys back and see if I can lure them into my army up here. And if they are going to be coming out at an angle like so, I can just do a little refused flank action and just do this and do that. So yeah, if they just want to attack my left flank, that's fine. I'm just going to back up a little bit and give it to them, and then I'll just wrap up on their right flank, or my right flank, that is. And let's see, do I want to do anything with my cavalry? No, I don't think I do. I'll just keep them hanging back, and mostly just probably saving these guys to route units. I do, oh, just to keep in mind, I almost forgot to even think of this, but the Oda Daimyo, I think, is participating in this battle, so if that's true, if he is still here, then there's a chance that I can, you know, take him out. Let's see, is that him? No, it looks like, you know, it looks like they switched out generals, so I'm guessing This actually might be one of the heirs. This actually might be the heir of the Oda clan, because it is a 3-star general. It's not nothing. So, but yeah, it looks like I won't have a chance at taking down the daimyo in this battle. Let's see. So they're just taking pot shots at my infantry right now, and obviously I don't like that. So I'm just gonna send up my archers and see if I can get them in position. It looks like they're still out of range. Yeah, they're still out of range, and these are all archers, and if they're just gonna hang back and shoot me, then I will lead with archers first. Oftentimes, they will start their skirmish and send over their ranged units first, but if they start to lose that skirmish, then eventually they will send their melee units out to attack. That's typically how the behavior of the AI works. It's why I like to bring a healthy amount of ranged units. I like to try to win that skirmish at least. And let's see, how are we doing here? Are we starting to do... well, we are taking quite a few knocks. There's a lot of them, so... I wonder if I actually won't be able to win this skirmish battle. I mean, yes, they are in the forest, so a lot of my arrows will be hitting trees and whatnot. So this actually might be something where I just have to go in and... yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go in. No more hanging back, no more skirmishing. No siree. I'm going to go in because... yeah, you know, even if I do win the skirmish battle in this case, I will, I think, take a lot of losses. Yeah, that would be a very Pyrrhic victory, at the least. So, let's see, sending out some archers in this case. That might be a good target for my cavalry, if anything. What do we got here? Some more archers, Ashigaru. They're just running away, so yeah, they chose the wrong direction to run away into. That's gonna be a really bad exit for them. Sending over some Ashigaru over here, Ashigaru. Yeah, it looks like they just have 3 more units of Ashigaru tops. Okay, so that unit of archers got wiped out. I'm going to... what do I want to do? My Nodachi being shot at? No, they're not being shot at, so I'll keep them back up. Okay, they're running away, so again, this is why like fighting like this works very well, because once they do rout, they rout right into my soldiers. And yeah, they're all gonna get cut down. It's gonna be really this is gonna be really bad for them. So I just wanna play this kind of like a football like a soccer fullback, and just kind of keep my units, keep my cavalry back here just to kind of sweep up any of the stragglers to get through my lines. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys coming through. I do want to make sure I get this general. Like I said before, I do believe this is a 3-star general, so I want to get my cavalry on him and make sure he doesn't get through. And other than that, it's probably going to go to code. I can just have my archers close lines to try to help close up. And let's see. Yeah, that's a huge loss for Clan Oda. They should not have fought this battle. They lost, I'm guessing, close to 400 men, if not more, and that's soldiers that they could have used to help their other flank against Clan Yusugi, who they are at war with. They really should have just given me this province and not tried to fight me. And yes, we keep chasing by all means, and that'll be that for this battle, I believe. Yeah, 471 against my, I lost 82, so they really should not have taken that battle. Alright, I was able to pillage 400 koku, that's not a bad grab. I guess if they had some buildings here, I guess I can kind of see why they would do that. And so, alright, now that I have Wakasa, and now that I've already mentioned that I don't like defending Wakasa, I can see that I'm facing off, that's a decent amount of soldiers here. I do have a watchtower here and Wakasa, so I can see exactly what's in every single province. So there's the daimyo and the heir in the same army up here. That would be a nice grab. If they fought me and I was able to kill both of them in one battle, I think that would be it for the Oda clan. They don't really have a lot in the way of like good soldiers. It's mostly just kind of the basics here. They do have some Yari Cav, so that's not nothing. Yeah, some more Yari Cav. Yeah, it's pretty basic. It's, you know, just mostly, you know, spears, Yashigaru, Yari Samurai, archers, and Yari Cav. So I'm not too worried about it except for the numbers. That's a lot of numbers coming at one province here. And gosh, let's see, what do they got? Just two more men, just 2 men hanging out here in the castle. That sucks for them. So my heir might actually have his hands full. I do want to say, as I said before, I do want to hold Wakasa, and I'm going to need more soldiers, quite frankly. I need to make sure that this position holds, especially more spears. More spears, more spears. So, I want this archer here, and him, and yeah, I can bring him, and here's some more spears. Yeah, so with that said, I'm going to bring over, got some Yari Sam, and I believe I have some more Yari Sam over here, and yeah, that works. So these guys are going to help me hold Wakasa. I have a port in Tajima, so I'll have to wait to bring them over, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Oda attacks me next turn. They definitely have the numbers to do it. Hopefully I can still get this. See, I think I can beat whatever they come at me with. It's just that, as you saw on that province, it's not the easiest province to hold. I mean, there isn't really a good high ground to hold or anything like that. So, you know, if they just bring a lot of numbers at me, it's going to be kind of tricky. So, yeah, hopefully that works out. And let's see, so I do, oh yeah, so since I have this watchtower in Wakasa, I can see what's going on here in Yamashiro. 2 archer units, 1 4-star warrior monk. Yeah, you know, like, it's, maybe I'm more afraid of warrior monks than I should be, but that's, you know, that's kind of dicey right there, but I will be able to beat them with, let's see, yeah. I'll just attack full on like that, and want to leave. Actually, yeah. So I'll just send my emissary to Yamato and see what they have going on there. Key looks undefended, so it's tempting just to take a little poke and see if I can grab that uncontested. Bring these spears over to Tajima, and let's see, anything else? And yeah, right now I feel like I keep saying I need spears, so I'm just gonna build spears, obviously. Okay, and now I'm looking at, let's see, it's autumn, so it's time for me to bump up some taxes and see how we go. Yeah, let's see, 108, 116, 104, 116, 108. Yeah, that's okay. It's kind of risky, but I'll go with it. I'm trying to make some money here. I just want to make sure I have attack orders. Yes, I do. That works. Alright, let's see if Clan Oda attacks me. Hopefully they don't. Got my swordsmith in Satsuma. Got my armory in Nagato. And no attack. Cool. And I got key for free. Sweet. So that works. And let's see, Yamashiro. So yeah, so they've retreated from Yamashiro without a fight. So they're just going to consolidate. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to consolidate here in Issa. They have, that's going to be a tough little fight there. It looks like all of these rebel generals are just going to keep falling back until they hit Issa. And then that's where the real fight's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be like 2 4-star generals and a bunch of warrior monks. That's going to be kind of scary. Castle Assault, automatically resolve this one. And the Emperor backs the Shimazu clan. So this is something, I'd like to talk about this for a second. So the Yamashiro province, this is where the Emperor resides, essentially. So in a lot of ways, the battle for Shogun is essentially, it's battling for the... So the Shogun is the military head of Japan. And the Emperor is just kind of a figurehead in this time in feudal Japan. He didn't really have like, the Emperor didn't have a ton of power. I think it was more like it was just kind of a puppet for whatever shogun was in power at that time. So in a way, this obviously doesn't mean that I've won the game. But the question is, what does it mean when the Emperor backs the clan, right? So what that means is that the clan has taken Yamashiro. Whoever owns Yamashiro has the backing from that clan. As far as what this means in game, though, well, I don't know exactly. I've read a lot about this and tried to find what the answer is. I've read a lot of forums talking about this. Now, we know that any unit that's produced in Yamashiro gets a +1 to this honor bonus, and that's any unit. Whatever unit you want, whatever agent you want to build, anything is going to get a +1 to its honor bonus in Yamashiro, which is really nice. But does that mean anything else? And I did find a clue to this when I was looking through the Steam forums, of all places, Steam. I never thought that like Steam would hold the answers, the Steam forums would hold the answers to a 20-year-old game. But I saw someone saying that whoever holds Yamashiro might have a public order bonus to the rest of its provinces. And that actually might be the case. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I can't prove this, and I have only read it in this one place. I haven't read this anywhere else. In any of the other forums that I've read, I have not found the answer to this, except this one thread on the Steam forums was saying, it seems that once you have Yamashiro, you don't really have public order issues for the rest of the campaign. And frankly, that holds up just based on my memory of things. It reaches a point where you don't really have to think too much about public order. Your people are just always happy, and I never really understood why. And I just figured just because I was, playing the game right and being really good. But no, actually, it feels like once you reach the halfway point, which feels like Yamashiro, right? It's kind of halfway between, Japan. So that might be true. That might be the case. If any of you knows anything about this and you just want to confirm, oh, sorry, I just hit my microphone. If any of you knows anything about this and just wants to confirm this for me, that would be really cool to get like an actual answer on this, because I don't actually know for sure. Anyway, moving on. Annual harvest, so poor harvest, everything's down, but considering that I made over 5,000 koku, that's okay for a poor harvest. And Portuguese traders. Okay, so this is awesome. I was really looking forward to this, and I'm actually glad it happened in this episode. So yes, I definitely want to see an audience with the Portuguese traders. This apparently represents the first time that Japan had any sort of contact with European people at all. So the Portuguese were the first Europeans to come across the Japanese islands, and this is historically accurate in the sense that the Shimazu clan was the first clan to trade with them, I believe. As you can probably tell by now, my understanding of feudal Japanese history isn't that great. I just know little tidbits here or there. But again, I think that Clan Shimazu was the first clan that actually used these guns that they traded from the Portuguese on the battlefield. And I will be following that. Like I said before, I like to roleplay a little bit, so I will definitely be using guns in this campaign. Yes, you are. It's really lucky for you because you get to see guns in this campaign, which is awesome. They're not that easy to use, to be honest, but I'm going to use them anyway because they're fun. So yes, I do want to see an audience with this Portuguese trader.
Large Lord, I bring you greeting from the Holy Father and His Majesty, King John of Portugal.
And unfortunately, as always, the throne room audio cuts out. I would really like to hear more of this man's accent. My family is I'm descended from Portuguese, and I can confirm with utmost certainty that that is actually how they talk and how they dress. Even to this day, that's exactly how Portuguese people are, which is, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's a really funny portrayal of that. So the deal with accepting a trade deal with the Portuguese is that I'm going to be converting my clan to Christianity. That's the deal. In return, I get some things. 3 things in particular. I get gold, I get guns, and I get God. Now I'm going to talk about this a little bit more once I get into. I'm just going to click accept and get into this.
Lord, you are a clever father to your smaller warriors. May our God go away.
Yes, I am a clever father to my smaller warriors. Thank you, Mr. Portuguese man. Alright, so gun, gods, and gold. The way this works when you accept Christianity, whew, that's looking bad. So I have not actually converted to Christianity yet. Let me just, for my own sanity. Ooh, that's not good. 85. Alright. So anyway, so the way Christianity works is that I don't actually convert to Christianity until I've built my first church. And once I've built my first church, that's when my population slowly over time starts converting to Christianity. And during that time, the public order for my provinces is going to be rather low. And during this time, I'm going to have to spend a lot of this time lowering the taxes, even during autumn, just to keep my people happy. I have to start training priests, Jesuit priests, to travel the land and help convert my populace. I'm going to build a bunch of churches. And so in the beginning, it's going to seem like it's more trouble than it's actually worth anything. After all, like I mentioned, guns are kind of finicky to use. They're kind of tricky. They don't work in rain, obviously. These are really primitive, so they're very slow to fire. They're very short-ranged and they're very inaccurate. But they pack a punch. They can punch through armor pretty well. And the biggest thing about them is that they cause a huge morale hit on any unit that they're firing on. So they can be worth it if they're used correctly. And just like I said before, I want to roleplay this a little bit, and it's just too much fun to not use. I mean, with other armies, it makes more sense if you have like a strong infantry corps and you have guns to back it up. Playing with Shimazu, the way I'm designing my armies, it's a little confusing because I'm using, like these elite Nodachi swordsmen that are supposed to get in there and hack people apart. And then I also have these guns that are supposed to sit back and fire. So the strategical usage of both those units together in the same armies is kind of confusing, but I think I figured out a way to do it to make it fun and enjoyable to watch and play as. And I'm looking forward to showing you on the battlefield, quite honestly. So moving forward, so that's the guns. Now with the gold, eventually this is going to pay off because what I can do is that once I have 8 churches built in my territories, I can build a cathedral. And that cathedral means that I'm going to be taking so the churches will be making a sum, I think it's like 200 koku per church. And that's like, the money that people give money to churches, right? I don't know. I'm not religious. People give money to churches, right? Yeah. So that's what that is. I'll be making money off of that. And let's see. The other thing is that I'll be able to build these Portuguese trading posts in any province that has a port already in it. Now, as you know, I already want to build a port in all of my provinces because I get 200 koku from that. Well, the Portuguese trading post also gives me an additional 200 koku per trading post. So what that means is I will have a Portuguese trading post in every single province that has a port in it. And that's a lot of money, especially because the Portuguese trading posts are very cheap to build, unlike the ports. So converting to Christianity is really good if you want just to get a lot of money. You don't even have to get the guns. If you're just having trouble making money, converting to Christianity is useful in that way. And then there comes God. Thank God, right? Because when it comes down to fighting these warrior monks, one of the things that makes these buggers really tough to face, it's these guys here in the white cloth robes down here. So they have really high attack values, really high defense values, and in addition to that, they cause fear in Buddhist units. Buddhist soldiers are afraid of attacking the monks of their own faith, which makes sense, I guess, in a way. I mean, it's definitely kind of gamey, but I can see where they're going with this. And so the idea is that if you convert to Christianity, all of a sudden you just don't give a fuck anymore. You can just kill these guys because they're just, you know, normal guys, I guess. Again, it's a little gamey, but like, I see where they're going with this when they designed this game. So those are the reasons why I'm going to be converting to Christianity. Well, no. Those are the reasons why you should convert to Christianity if you're playing this game. For me, I'm just role-playing here and just having fun with it. Because there's a lot of different ways you can play this game. It doesn't have to be the same with each clan. You can kind of find different things you can do with each clan and go from there. Alright, that was a long spiel about that. Now I have some issues to deal with. Population loyalty is at 85% here in Key, and let's see. I'm tempted, even though I should keep these shinobi around my daimyo to protect him, I think I'm just going to bring him down here. Do that, and let's see. And then I'll just attack, and I'll leave this guy here in Kawachi. And yeah, I really hope that these two shinobi can help fix that. Let's see, moving on, I want to keep this guy moving so I can see what's going on ahead of me. And let's see, I do want to build a castle here in Yamashiro. Alright, so Oda did not attack me in Wakasa, so I can reinforce up here. That's good. Bring some more spears. And yeah, I guess just bring everyone. Bring them all over. And bring these guys over here. Let's see, I should probably combine some of these units together. Do that. Do that. Okay, and I can do more combining next turn. Bringing these shinobi over to help my heir out. And let's see, bring him up. Oh, and so when I was talking about how the public order is going to be going down once I build that first church, that's another reason why, like, obviously I built these shinobi to, like, just flood my territory and help things move on faster and, like, you know, keep my public order faster. But I've also been pumping these guys out because I know that when this happens, I'm going to want these guys everywhere. So let's see, I don't want to wait at all. I want to get going with this right away. And let's see, I guess I do have to wait till next turn. So even though I've accepted Christianity, I still have to, yeah, I don't have any build church options yet. Okay, so I'll just wait next turn for that one. And I'll start building those churches up. And let's see. I think I want to keep reinforcing. This just makes me nervous up here. I think I want to keep reinforcing this up here just to make sure that I can hold that. Also just because that's my heir. I don't want to lose my son, my baby boy. Get these guys going, and anything else to do. Alright, that looks good for now. I'm gonna check my time real quick. I'm probably getting pretty close to time up. Yeah, so I have a few more minutes, but I'm just gonna spend these last few minutes wrapping up. I took a few territories. I think, oh shoot, am I gonna have to fight this? Okay, so what I'm going to do, since, yeah, I'm not going to end this turn, but I just want to spend the rest of this turn. Yeah, I don't have time to fight this battle just yet. But what I will be doing is just looking at what buildings I can build. So as you saw, I was able to get the swordsmith in Satsuma. So what this means is that any unit that's produced here is going to have +1 to its attack, which works very well with Odachi swordsmen because they are all about attack. So now these guys are going to be hitting even harder than usual. And I also had this armory built here in Nagato. Because I have iron sand deposits here in Nagato, I was able to build this armory. And that means that the archers produced here in Nagato are going to have heavier armor. Those are all good things. And let's see, I'm tempted. I do want to keep building ports, of course. Got a port being built there, and I do want to keep building ports in my frontier regions to help reinforce armies as soon as possible, so yes, actually yeah. So I want a port here in Wakasa, and let's see. Can build a port here in Iwami and Seoul. Okay, that's good for now. And let's see, is there any other, I'm thinking about, so I'm not going to build anything here quite yet, just because I think in the next turn I will want to immediately start building churches in as many places as possible. So yeah, I'm going to hold off on that for now. And since, like I said before, I don't want to actually end this turn because I don't think I have the time really to fight this battle. I don't want this to go on for an extra, that could go on for an extra 15 minutes to be honest. That's 2 4-star generals. That's a 4-star archer unit, 4-star monk, 2 monk units. You know, it's small and they're probably just going to retreat, but that's not something that I want to feel like I have to rush if they do decide to fight me on the battlefield. Okay, so looking forward to the next turn, I just have a few more rebel provinces to wrap up here before I go actually butt heads with Clan Oda and look to take over the rest of their territory. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and until next time, this has been Khan of Step, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.